Welcome to our Alaskan Adventure Part 4, Lliard Hot Springs and Watson Lake. The next section of our trip took us from Muncho Lake to Squanga Lake in Yukon Territory. Along the way, we spent a day relaxing and soaking in the Lliard's hot spring. We also had a stopover in the Signpost Forest in Watson Lake, Yukon. Here's the visitor center to Lliard Hot Springs. Some pamphlets, and that's about it that's in there. It says on the Lliard Plain, a special place exists where the black spruce forest is transformed into the boreal jungle. Groundwater seeps through the porous limestone of areas and circulates through the faults deep within the earth core. The water warms and accumulates minerals, builds pressure, and the water is forced upwards, eventually resurfacing through the cracks in the earth. The hot springs ecosystem is considered the second most significant in Canada. So here's the walk to the hot springs. I think it's about a quarter mile or maybe a little more. We're going through this this marshy area. There's fish and snails and tadpoles everywhere in the water here. The marsh supports a large amount of wildlife. These are just a few shots that Tracy took. The water temperature ranges from about 140 degrees at the head of the pool to about 95 at the tail end. And what's strange is you be in a warm spot and then cool comes along. Tracy had no problem jumping into the hot water. It took me a little while to get used to it.
No, you're good. All right. Did these glasses act like a dog goggles or no?
I know those rocks are kind of get to you.
It does get a little warm up here.
Pretty crazy how much clear the water is.
The water's not only warm, it's surprisingly clear. Where I'm at now, it can be hot, too hot for me at times, and then a nice cool current will come along.
I think if I stand up, parts of my body will be red.
Yeah. A little bit. You like by your shoulders? That must be hot water up there, huh?
Yeah.
So the sign says, what is tufa? So you got these different layers of rocks here, or kind of terraces. And it says hot spring waters bubble through the porous limestone, dissolving calcium and other minerals. These minerals react with the air and are deposited on the surface where they harden into stone to form tufa. Tufa forms the terrace base for the spectacular greenery and flowers that grow here at the Hanging Gardens. The park has built a nice changing area and stairs into the hot springs pool. Late that afternoon, we took a short drive to see a waterfall. So this is the Smith River Falls. We went on about a 1.7 mile dirt road off the Alaskan highway to this location here to see the falls. Beautiful falls. It's I think we're at the a lot of spring runoff right now. That's why the rivers are so muddy looking. I know they've had a lot of rain here lately too. That probably hasn't helped the mud situation, but other pictures I've seen of the falls, they run pretty clear, so that's what I'm assuming the issue with the mud is. Well, we hiked down to the bottom. They're supposed to be able to walk out on a gravel bar out here someplace to get a better view of the falls, but there is no gravel bar.
Well, you can walk down there a little ways.
No, it ends right here. We can walk a little further, maybe. But man, the temperature probably dropped 20 degrees here. But see, this is as far as you go. This is as far as you go. This is it. No. Well, so much with the gravel bar. It's probably under about 4 feet of water, 5 feet of really fast rushing water.
It's a lot of water though.
We decided to do one last soak in the hot springs before we leave to the Signpost Forest in Watson Lake. Nice and warm here, though, for sure. Although I read a lot about Lliard hot springs before I got here, I never expected it to be this nice. The warm and soothing waters provided a nice relief at the 2,800 mile point of our journey. One of our friendly bears there. He's just looking right at us, sitting down side the road. This is our at least third bear, maybe fourth bear that we've seen today. But it's the first one that we had an opportunity to kind of pull over and take a picture of. Here's your little bear. He's a young one too, so he must have just got kicked away out of his mother's, and there's another one right up there. So those were bears 8 and 9.
Oh, here's a whole bunch of.
So this is the Watson Lake Signpost Forest. In 1942, a homesick military person from Danville, Illinois, hung a sign here that pointed to his home. This is Danville, this location. And since then, as people driven the highway, they have put their city signs, the names of their kids, all sorts of things in here. There's approximately 100,000 signs in here right now, so we'll take a walk through the sign forest. It's interesting how many signs are here and where they're all from. A lot are from the UK, I mean from the US, a lot of them from Canada, some are from, I have no idea where Burnright is, but it's 7,750 kilometers, which is a long ways away. So all parts of the world. Here are a few photos of the Signpost Forest that Tracy took. We ended the day at a lovely campground at Sewanga Lake in Yukon Territory. The next day we'll cross over into Alaska.